Okay, cool. We are backstage right now in the green room with Krewella, Yasmin,
Yes, Yasmin.
and Yasmin.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jahan.
Yep, you pronounced it correctly.
Okay, perfect. You never want to screw that up, you know?
Four names, it's okay. We'll forgive
Especially this early in the relationship, you know?
Yeah, you got to get it right in the beginning.
It is Valentine's Bash 2017. Thank you so much for being here.
For having us.
Absolutely. Let's talk Valentine's Day. I was going to ask you, ladies, because first off, neither of you are strangers to the Midwest, which is cool. So, I feel like I'm somewhat talking to some hometown girls. If I'm just starting to date someone, okay?
I like these kinds of questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, so if I'm just starting to date someone here and Valentine's comes up, say I'm in like, no more than 6 months, 3 months or so, whatever, of a relationship, how hard do I need to go on Valentine's Day? What should I be buying for my significant other at that point?
Okay, everyone's different, so it depends on the girl you're dealing with. For me personally, and this is something I told my boyfriend, I was like, no fancy shit, let's just do something like cool. And he actually took me horseback riding at night in the mountains in California.
Dude, that's badass.
The thing is, I tell him we don't need things, because I think materialism leads to like this conquest to constantly like need more things. And
For
it
sure.
leads to, like mental and all these like mental issues. And I think experiences are the best things, whether it's cooking together or going into the mountains together at night. So to me, that was like my ideal Valentine's Day.
Okay, but wait, if you're doing horseback riding through the night, aren't you afraid to run into something? Can horses see through night? Do they have glow-in-the-dark vision?
They have better vision than we do, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there is a mountain lion that's up in the Hollywood Hills that roams. They're coyotes, but horses actually walk on the side of the trail, I learned, so that they can have their eyes on all the bushes that are right next to them.
You learn something new every day, even if it is at Revel nightclub.
We're in the Midwest, so you can't do that. Maybe
You can't.
probably is a suggestion too.
Yeah, so, okay, but first off, can you top that? But what is your suggestion for someone who's in a new relationship?
Oh man, new relationship to me, I don't really care about Valentine's Day, so I'm also the worst person to ask.
What do you like, Halloween?
I love Halloween. Hell yeah. I personally think that you don't need to go that hard on a new relationship. I mean, Jahan's been with her boyfriend for over 4 years, so like, let's take that.
That constitutes horsebacks in the dark.
4 years equals porn. I mean, I don't know. I like food. Like my boyfriend sent me a box of cake pops, and I'm like,
What is that?
cake pops? Like,
Oh, cake pop. Yeah.
oh yeah, like
For sure.
the best.
Red velvet.
Yes. So like, I'm easy. I will eat things. I like to eat things. So
I'm going to take that soundbite. I'm easy. I like to eat things. I'm going to...
Valentine this year?
I did not. But that didn't stop me from celebrating myself. I went to
yes.
I went to a barbecue restaurant. That was fantastic. Do you like barbecue?
I ate barbecue, was it last night? What was Valentine's? Yeah. I did that on Valentine's Day.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome. So tonight we're celebrating and we're performing here at Revel Nightclub. Club performances are, I would say, vastly different from a festival performance. What would you say is kind of the major key difference between performing here tonight, for a crowd of 1,000 versus a crowd of, 30,000 at some crazy hipster festival?
Crazy hipster festival.
Yeah.
I like that touch.
You just got put on a crazy hipster festival for... I am. I'm the worst. Okay, yeah. So what do you think?
Well, first of all, we play with a live band when we do festivals most of the time.
Cool.
Most of the time. So if you see us at Spring Awakening, which we're playing in June, we're going to be with our band. We'll have like our drummer, guitarist, we'll be singing, still spinning, still DJing. So that's a whole live experience. And it's definitely more intense being in front of 30,000 people versus 1,000, which is more intimate. But at the same time, Jahan and I love intimate shows. Playing for smaller amounts of people, you get to vibe and make eye contact, and it's a lot of synergy in that situation. So I like both for different reasons.
And like the element, like not that we are hooking up with people out here, but the element of a hookup is closer to it. We are at a Valentine's show.
All right, I like what you're thinking.
Right, so the idea of a hookup actually happening is a little bit closer to happening here than a festival, right?
If Yasmin and I could be the middlemen in that situation and be the enablers, or whatever you want to call it, for people meeting on the dance floor, which is actually really cool. We've met a lot of fans who are like, hey, I met this other Crew fan at this show or online, and we love to be like, we love bringing people together like that.
Okay, so let's talk about Krewella in 2017. First off, team is doing great, so congratulations. But the evolution of what Krewella is and the sound of today of where you are, you know, a moment ago over at the hotel, you were saying like, hey, there's more where that comes from. So like, what do you mean by that? Elaborate on that. What is the sound today?
So there is more coming. We'll actually drop some stuff tonight. We kind of like experimenting on the crowd and seeing like what songs people will share online and like what networks in our Crew fan base kind of latch on to certain songs. And that's a really good indicator of what to release next because we listen to our fans. So we will drop a couple new ones tonight, little demos. But yeah, I think Team was a really good start to 2017 to give us an idea of what direction to go in. And we're definitely tapping into more of our Eastern roots. You can probably hear that with the percussion in Team, like tribal percussion, tablas, some of the melodies. We're very Eastern, we're half Pakistani. So we're infusing our roots with the electronic sound. And I feel like that's the most authentic way we can create music is by tapping into what we grew up on, which is Bollywood music also, not only just Western music.
So wait, so that new sound, does that come from like, did you guys spend a period of time like hanging out somewhere and you were like, this is the sound we need to be on right now?
Well, like John said, we're half Pakistani, and so we grew up on a lot of Bollywood music. So we've been talking about implementing it in our music for years and never actually got the chance to because, I don't know, our vision took a different direction. But now we're finally implementing it, and we're seeing how much of a tie we have to it, how much we feel when we're making that. So it's becoming a regular thing in the studio now.
Plus, like now, like so many roads have been paved and so many doors have been opened to where like it's so easy now for there's more audiences available than ever to actually digest something like that versus in the past they might not have been ready for it, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. And especially in a pop sense, like 4 or 5 years ago when I would say that's when we first debuted, what now, 5 years ago? I'd say the tolerance that electronic dance music fans had for pop writing.
Oh, completely different.
So much, yeah, they're very intolerant towards pop writing. And now seeing that some of the biggest electronic dance music acts, whether it's Martin Garrix, Chainsmokers, Afrojack, Rehab, all these guys are using pop top line. And I think that really has opened the door and allowed EDM fans to be like, oh, maybe I do like pop, melodic, feminine vocals.
Oh, for sure.
And now so I mean, if anything, that works for me and Yasmin because it just allows us to do what we're good at, you know?
And on the flip side of it, more of the mainstream audience, which might have been, you know, years ago blocking a lot of the electronic music, is now more than ever, because of the pop melodic EDM mix, has more than ever been like, oh, well, this sounds like the other. I'm not afraid of it anymore. So, okay, well, great. We could go on about a philosophy all night, girls. We got work to do out here. We got a big crowd of people. Valentine's Bash 2017. You guys enjoy kicking some ass out here, and then afterwards we're doing shots and ripping blunts, right?
Going back to sleep and reading a book or something.
Yeah, a minute ago, before we came on here, she was like, what goes down in this room? I'm like, well, a lot of times, like, after the show, like, you know, like, anything goes down. She's like, oh, well, I'm grandma, right?
I'm a grandma.
Describe how healthy our rider is to everyone right now.
Your rider was healthy. As a matter of fact, I saw it. I was like, snore.
We're so boring.
It's like tea and nuts. Ooh. You don't want to know what Lil Dicky asked for.
Please share.
Oh, well, a lot of inflatable stuff, which I thought was interesting, and a lot of condoms that fit the inflatable stuff.
Condoms and cookies, you said?
No, condoms that fit the inflatable stuff.
Oh, I think condoms.
So I don't know what he was planning on doing with the inflatable stuff that needed the condom.
Look cool, you know? He might want to be like, yeah, I got a lot of pussy, and I'm just gonna make it look like I do. I don't know.
Might actually get a lot of pussy.
I think he does. I think he does. All right. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Valentine's Bash 2017. Let's get it. Thank you so much for coming through Indianapolis.